band is back. Monday night wrap-up show. We had a weekend, which we will get into, I'm sure, at some point over the next hour. We're here for you on this Monday night because we weren't here for you on a Sunday night. Padres' first half is technically 96 games in is over. 2 out of 3 against the Phillies. We said 6-4. We would take it, and they win 6 out of 10. And now 66 games to play. All-Star game is tomorrow. Trade deadline will be 13 days away when they resume play Friday in Washington. So make your way in, a rare Monday off-day edition of the wrap-up show, just kind of putting a bow on quote-unquote half number one and looking ahead to the final 66 games of the regular season. Get here, subscribe, year-round content for you. Smash the like button. Follow us on X, at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Thank you for your support of this channel. We'll get to your super chats. We promise you that. We appreciate your support. Click that $ below the chat box. If you want to support by joining, you can click that join button down below. You get custom emojis and badges if you become a member by clicking join down below. But I think overall, Jim, just assessing the homestand, which we didn't really do today on John and Jim's, or other things to react to. We'll get into this trade deadline. It's what we asked for. I mean, they didn't lose a series. They took 2 out of 3. They split against Arizona. They took 2 out of 3 then against the Phillies. So, good enough that maybe they left some meat on the bone. I mean, they only scored 1 run on Sunday, had plenty of opportunities to win that game against the Phillies, just didn't. So 6-4, 8 games over 500, and the second half awaits beginning Friday.
I think it was a great homestand, to be honest with you. There were some moments in the homestand that were really annoying, especially in that Arizona series. But I thought they played well in the Texas series, could have easily swept them, and you could have swept the Phillies. It was just the middle part of that was really annoying to watch, but they still got a split against Arizona. Okay. They took 2 or 3 from the Phillies, a really good team. That's good. Taking 2 or 3 from a below average Rangers team, doing what you needed to do. Of course, the only game they lost was the game that I go to. But overall, I said 6-4 at minimum, and they did it. So I can't complain about the homestand. There's things about the first half I can definitely, question and be concerned with. But overall, I think Manny said it the other day. He said, we played some awful baseball, and we're still 8 games above 500. So when you look at it that way, it's like, kind of they did their job, and now you go into the second half, and I see this from Fred's slots and stuff. He makes a good point. Padres go 38-28 in the second half. That's 90 wins.
It's also much better than their winning percentage through 96 games.
For sure, 100%. I get it. I mean,
that's going to pick up the pace now. Yeah, their schedule's easier. Mm-hmm. And they're going to make additions at the deadline. I mean, it's very possible, and they were better than that last year, but of course they were historically good. I don't really agree with Manny saying they were awful. I mean, I guess offensively, I agree. If Manny's speaking solely about the offense, where are they? If we looked up some of these key indicators, run scored, run differential, OPS, slug, right, on base, home runs, they're bottom 10 everywhere, probably there. So from an offensive perspective, I mean, yes. 8 and 9 in the lineup, yes. The struggles at times from players that you wouldn't expect to struggle. I'm talking about Fernando Tatis Jr. off his first month. I know he's come to life here over the last couple of weeks, or Jackson Merrill, who missed time, or Luis Arias, who's hitting 279 this year. Xander Bogaerts has come to life here over the last couple of weeks, but I wouldn't call their overall play awful. That's for sure. I guess offensively, their play hasn't been good. They have to get this offense. They have to improve this offense. It's not the end-all be-all, like it's going to change everything. They're going to have a top 3 offense in the sport. They have to improve this offense. The catching situation is such a liability. The bottom third of this lineup is such a liability. I think AJ Preller will do everything in his power to do that. But I guess from that perspective, Jim, if you're saying, well, it's a bad offense, they're 8 games over 500, yeah. But some of the indicators like run differential would tell you 52 and 44. They're pretty fortunate to be 8 games over 500 because the run differential is basically even on the year at this point.
What's your grade for them for the first half?
We did that at 81 games. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1. Then you say the grade. You can include pluses, no pluses, or minuses.
Okay.
So 3. No, I'm not doing it yet, but it's going to be 3, 2, 1 grade. Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1 B.
Oh, dude, you're supposed to say 3, 2, 1 grade, and I was going to say it. Mine's a B too. It's a B.
Yeah, I mean, I could have gone. It's hard to go lower than. It's hard to say B minus when. I mean, they're 52 and 44, and like you said, they're. I mean, I guess they're not on pace to win 90 games. They're probably on pace to win 88 games. That's not a B minus. I think it's what they're expected to do.
Yeah, it's a B for me. I think a B plus would be pushing it. I think anything lower than a B, you just kind of had way too high of expectations. I think a B for this team in the first half, I think is warranted. I think it's a good grade. Knowing that there's still room for a lot of improvement with them.
Yeah.
Which is it's a good thing because I mean this team has definitely frustrated you to watch. Like it's been a frustrating watch at times in the first half. And for the last 60 plus games, it's just average. And they're not winning by a lot. Every game that they win's a close game. Like every single game is a close game. There's very little margin for error. And you think to yourself, man, if this bullpen gets tired out, where would this team be? That's a problem because you can't have your bullpen be pitching as much as they're pitching right now and expect that to, carry for the entire season. You need to give some relief there, and you need to start scoring some runs, and you need to start winning games like 5-1 and 6-2, not 3-2, 4-3 all the time.
I mean, it's amazing their ability to win those 1 and 2 run games. So
I know it's great,
to hold 1-run leads by using 4 different relievers, like the math doesn't even fully support it. That's not easy to do. To go 4 scoreless innings on repeat with 4 different relievers and rely on that to me is impressive. I'm with you. I mean, the strength is their bullpen. There's no question about it. Their weakness is their complete lack of offensive ineptitude. It's crazy because individually there's some pieces that have had good years. I mean, Manny Machado's had a good year. I think Tatis statistically has had a good year. Gavin Sheets statistically has had a good year. And guys have had stretches in there as well. But I mean, you're consistently, how many times have they scored 2 runs or less this year? And I'd love to see that number compared to where they were last year with that number. And it just feels like they're scoring 2 runs or less, or maybe even 3 runs or less, way more frequently than a year ago. Now, to their credit, they win games 3-2. They win games 4-3. Shoot, you had the tweet. They've won 5 games, 1-0 this year. That's unbelievable.
It's incredible.
I mean, they could just as easily be 0-5 in those games, and their whole season is sideways if that's the case.
Right.
They have 5 1-0 wins. So, I mean, if you've done it for 96 games, maybe you can do it for another 66. And the thing I would say is there's reason to believe they're going to improve the team, right? They're not going to. I mean, we don't know about health and injuries and stuff like that, but they're going to do everything in their power to try to improve this team. So knowing that, I agree with what everyone's saying, which is they're kind of trending towards that 90 win threshold, somewhere in there.
Yeah, that they are definitely going to be in the mix with a lot of teams. I unless they start giving this bullpen some relief, and unless they start winning some games like 5-2. Not even 5-2, like just like 5-1, 6-2. Can you win a game without having to use your A team in the bullpen every single night?
Right.
Like it's every single night almost you're having to use your A team. It is stressful. I said it the other day. It feels like it's torture every single game for this team when they have a lead because they're all close games. They're scratching and clawing to just get enough runs across the board across the plate to make it stick, and they're really taxing the guys in the back of their bullpen, which is the strength of this team, and they need to make sure that strength of their team stays healthy and performing until hopefully through the postseason, because they got no shot. They got no shot if this bullpen falters.
I mean, it's not just that though. I mean, it's like it's falters, it's injuries. It's like,
oh, for sure.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, I guess any team could say that. Like if you have 3 or 4 dominant relievers, you never want to lose one of them. Any team would say that. But this team, particularly the way they win these games and how reliant they are on Estrada, Morahone, Adam. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And they've turned to these pitchers so often. Now they could add depth in the back of that bullpen, which is a possibility, which would be really impressive. I think last year they basically doubled down on the bullpen theory. They're like Jason Adam, Tanner Scott. Let's go win. Let's go get leads after 5 innings with someone like Joe Musgrove or Yu Darvish in the postseason. Let's just win the game. Let's just beat someone because we beat them after 5 innings, and we'll have enough in our bullpen to win those games. I mean, it worked to some extent. They beat Atlanta impressively. They led the Dodgers until they didn't, 2-1. So I kind of like the strategy, but you got to get more out of this offense. I mean, we spent a lot of time today on Jarren Duran, who, Dennis Lynn wrote the Padres are enamored with. He used the word enamored. And then Sean Murphy, who I don't know if the reporting ties A, the Padres to Murphy, or B, Atlanta to a desire to even move Murphy. But you're going to hear more and more names, Jim. I mean, come Friday, it's the 18th, and the trade deadline's the 31st. We're just going to hear more and more names. And it'll be interesting to see because there'll be some big names. There'll be some, mid-tier names. There'll probably be some lower-level names we're going to hear. But Duran and Murphy are probably two of the more intriguing names. I'm still kind of at a loss. On Duran, honestly, dude, the more I think about it, we spent like hours on it today. I'm driving home thinking about it. I'm like, listen, maybe he's the missing link. Maybe he's the right piece. It just seems odd to me that would be their grail, so to speak. That's the player that is going to put them over the top. But that's AJ Preller's job, not mine.
Yeah, the team, I think, like, if these two things turn around in the second half, then I think they could go on another run. And the first thing, the number one thing with this team right now that I think would change a lot of things going forward is their ability, or right now their inability, to score with runners in scoring position. They have got to figure out a way to be better with runners in scoring position. Like Xander Bogaerts has had a resurgence here of late, but still he is not good with runners in scoring position. The team on Sunday went 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. I mean, that has to change. If they brought their average up by 20 points, like if they just became middle of the pack as far as runners in scoring position go, I think that would change a lot. I really do. Because right now, they are not a good team with runners in scoring position. They're just not. And then the other thing would be the health of guys like Michael King and Yu Darvish, making sure that they stay healthy for the second half. Like if those two things happen, if they get better with runners in scoring position, and Michael King returns and is healthy, and Yu Darvish stays healthy, and everything else stays the same, I think they could. You'll see a much better ball club.
I completely agree. I guess my question would be this, and we're going to get to these super chats. So we appreciate you, Jeff the Crusher, Harv. Thank you. If you guys are here, subscribe. You're on content for you. Off night, All-Star edition, looking ahead to the second half, putting a bow on the first half, trade deadline discussion. So if you're here, subscribe. And if you're here, thank you for the super chats. We'll get to all of them. Just click the $ below the chat box. Here's my question about improving with runners in scoring position. Doesn't that just mean you need to make a move? Because in 2023, they sucked with runners in scoring position. And we said all year, man, if they just improve with runners in scoring position. But how do you do that? It's just going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they're going to improve with runners in scoring position. So I wonder if we're just saying they just need better players in their lineup. I mean, we said Diaz and Maldonado have combined to hit 100 with runners in scoring position. It's literally way down the wrist, 20 points. We did the math one night, like 2 weeks ago. Their runners in scoring position numbers are down 20 points because they're catchers. So maybe it's as simple as go out a catcher that can hit 250 with runners in scoring position. Here's the other thing. I have it right now. They're 27th in on-base plus slugging, tied for 27th with runners in scoring position. Here's what's weird, though. They're 13th with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. They've actually had a little bit of a knack for coming through with 2-out RBI base hits. That's basically been their saving grace to get to this point. Mm-hmm. They've been just good enough with 2 outs and runners in scoring position to keep their head above water, so to speak. But I think what we're saying is, and I'm with you, I think that if they improve their batting average with runners in scoring position 20, 25 points, that's going to make a world of difference. I think you do it probably by playing different catchers and playing a different DH. And I think that might be worth 20 points.
Yeah, you're probably right. if you just bring those two pieces in, then yeah, it could change the team's fortunes. But I still would say, bringing in a guy and putting it all on their shoulders to change everything, it's not that fair because you got plenty of guys on this team that you're already expecting a lot from that need to be better. These
Okay.
guys are here. They're already here. They're not going anywhere. Merrill, Tatis, Arise, Xander, like those guys aren't going anywhere. So they need to be better for sure in the second half as well. So, the team that we saw last year be in the top half of the league in almost all offensive statistics, we have not seen that team this year on a consistent basis. And I'm not saying that they have to get to that point again to get to where they want to go, but I mean, you got to show flashes. You got to have moments where you can win a game by more than just 1 or 2 or 3 runs. Like, you got to have these games where you're not relying on your bullpen to save you all the time. And they have
Yeah, I
not,
completely agree.
they have not had the ability to tack on runs and to add on. I mean, how many times has Mike Schill post game said, "Yeah, we just need to add on more"? A lot.
Right. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. Last year with runners in scoring position, Jim, they had a 759 OPS. This year they have a 656. They're down
Yeah.
103 points. 103 points. Yet 8 games over 500. How on earth have they done that? I mean, that is unbelievable to me. Honestly, and with Michael King and Yu Darvish, like you said, with these guys out, I mean, relying on guys like Stephen Kolek and Ryan Bergert, I mean, it's amazing to me that they have gotten to this point. I mean, perspective is an amazing thing. Go to a year ago. We're having this conversation. They're 50 and 49, 7 games out in the division. Today, 52 and 44, much better position. I think they're 5.5 games out in the division. So better position, especially with the Dodgers' recent struggles. So it's like, with the benefit of perspective, they're probably well situated. I don't fully understand how. I think it's based on 14 and 3. I mean, they're well situated because they got out of the gates incredibly hot.
Yeah.
They were 11 and 0 at home. They looked like a World Series caliber team. They looked like baseball's best team, the best Padre team maybe we'd ever seen for 17 games. And that's their whole year. So can they ride? We've said this so many times. Can they really ride that to the postseason? I would say no. I'd say what Kyle Glazer says, which is no. You're gonna need one more run. You're gonna need a 8-2, 9-3, 10-3 run in there to really catapult yourself to the postseason, and we'll see if they can do that.
You know what's wild is that, and I'm just like, as we look at all these stats, we have all these stats here for you. You want to know how many home runs this team has hit with runners in scoring position this year?
I think I know.
How many? Come on. What do you got?
It's more than 9 and less than 11.
They've hit 10 home runs with runners in scoring position. To put that in perspective for you, that is dead last in baseball.
Yeah.
That is dead last in baseball as far as home runs with runners in scoring position.
Insane.
I mean, they're dead last in baseball by 3 home runs. Like, the second to worst is 13. That's Colorado, Kansas City, and the White Sox.
Crazy.
Like, they need to be a team that hits. I mean, if they hit just like 250 with runners in scoring position, because right now they're hitting 238. So that's raising it by 12, batting average by 12 points there. I think, and that vaults them all the way up to about middle of the pack in the league, about, 14th, 15th in baseball.
Right.
I think that right there would get them to, 38 and 28 in the second half. That's just, but they'd also have to be really, really good with runners in scoring position. But if they end the season with like a 250 batting average with runners in scoring position, that would mean that the second half they were much better with runners in scoring position.
Right.
So,
and that's my question. Can they do? Should it be expected that they do that? And what is the manner in which they do that? And I'm with you. Of course, it's as simple as saying if Merrill looks like Merrill or if Tatis and Machado are able to carry the way. But I also think that it's a kind of a simple math equation. If you have 9 hitters that are all capable of coming up with men in scoring position, you can't have 2 of the 9 hit 100. because that means the other 7 are going to now have to hit like 315 to get you
Yeah.
to like 260 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like just if we did the math on it. So you can't have 2 that are true dead weight. That's their problem. They need replacement level players or better, not below replacement level players. Maldonado and Diaz are below replacement level. Their DH production this year is the worst in baseball, right? Or like 28th or 29th or 30th in baseball. You got to take the 30th positions and move them to 20th. And that alone, again, maybe wins you another 1 or 2 or 3 one-run games because you score another 1 or 2 runs in those games.
Yeah, and breaking it down here, all right. To your point, if they replace guys like, Martin Maldonado and whoever else, right? Their catchers, the Diaz of the world, all that, how much would things change? Well, let's look at the team, top guys with runners in scoring position this year. Okay. Manny Machado with runners in scoring position this season, hitting 284 with a 745 OPS. Okay. No home runs, but 36 RBIs. That leads the team. Okay. Gavin Sheets. He's actually, one of their better hitters with runners in scoring position this season. He's hitting 300 with an 810 OPS. 2 homers, 32 RBIs. Jackson Merrill's done really well with runners in scoring position this year. He's almost hitting 300. He's hitting 298 with 798 OPS, 22 RBIs. Fernando Tatis Jr. is hitting 246 with an 885 OPS. Jake Cronenworth's hitting 255 with a 798 OPS. Luis Arraez hitting 304 with a 730 OPS. And that's all really good. That's all really good. And to your point of replacing guys in the lineup that are awful is something that maybe would take their batting average with runners in scoring position to a level where, they are middle of the league. But then you get to guys like Xander and Diaz and Maldonado. And you're right. That's where this thing gets anchored down. Xander Bogaerts this season hitting 165 with a 511 OPS with runners in scoring position. So for everybody out there that's like, man, Xander, what a great year. Okay.
Nobody's saying he's having a great year. He's definitely been improved. And we got to see if some of those numbers like RISP improves with his general improvement. I don't think anyone's saying a great year, but I do think it's been much better over the last month.
Yeah.
But no, your point's valid. I mean, listen, you can have a hitter, you can have 1 of 9 hitters hit a $190 with runners in scoring position and overcome it. You can't, though, to your point, have Bogaerts 165, Maldonado 120, Diaz 115. Yep. These other randos, the Trenton Brooks and Luis Campesinos do absolutely nothing. I know the sample size is tiny. That, what I mean? One guy can hit 190. But the other 8 are going to have to do better than that. You can't have 3 guys hitting 160, 120, 115 and getting regular playing time. I'm with you. Listen, is Bogaerts going to hit 165 with the runners in scoring position at the end of the year? If he does, you and I will sit here and be like, we could have predicted that. But that goes back to my general point of, well, it's easier said than done to just say, well, just hit with runners in scoring position in the second half. Well, are they
for
going
sure.
to?
Yeah, we had the same conversation with the 2023 team because that team also was awful with runners in scoring position. If I just go back and look at the 2023 team, right?
Yeah,
because
I'm looking at this team you're looking at.
Yeah, this team has been awful as a team with runners in scoring position. 2023 guys, they where they finished? They finished 21st in baseball, hit 241. With the, what is it here? 726 OPS. So that team, as much as we talk about the 2023 team being awful with runners in scoring position, they're better than this team. Now, I think a lot to do with the second half and that September, especially the September, they just padded their numbers, but that team was not good with runners in scoring position and it bit them in the ass.
100%. I mean, think about this for a second, and let's get to these supers. But the way they build this team, Jim, is completely on the margins. They're winning these. They're building this team to win at Petco 3-2. That's how they build the team. Go sack fly your way to an extra run. Go steal a base. Go play better defense. Rely on your bullpen. That's how they win the games. So if they go 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position, they can win. When they go 1 for 8, they lose. They're never. It's like, how many times do we look up at the end of the night watching the Padres over the last 6 years and doing this show as regularly as we've done it. Like, man, the Padres were 8 for 11 with runners in scoring position. That never happens. They're 4 for 11 on a good night. They're 1 for 9 on a bad night. And then they're 2 for 9 in between. Very rarely, you know what I mean. I mean, very rarely are they consistently coming through 8, 9 times with runners in scoring position. That's most teams in baseball. But I'm saying they're so on the margins. The way they try to beat people is by 1 run. Robert Suarez has 28 saves. Their bullpen's really good. They pride themselves on base stealing, defense, getting guys in from third with less than 2 outs.
Yeah.
And it's
And
basically worked even with some of these, extreme inefficiencies with their runners in scoring position numbers.
and while they're, like you said, they're close. They're, instead of, if they just went 2 for 8 instead of 1 for 9 or 1 for 8, like the 2 for 9 instead of 1 for 9, big difference. But like, still, you can't sit here and give out participation trophies where like you almost got it. Like,
I agree.
At the end of the day, you didn't get the job done. And it's much easier said than done to be like, guys, just go 2 for 8 instead of 1 for 8. Like 100%. That one hit has been sometimes is a hit that eludes a team for an entire season.
This year, look at this homestand. I mean, you watched it more than I did. How many times was there a runner at second base with nobody out that they didn't get in on this homestand? I would love for someone to look that up. Like, a lot. You're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't hear you.
This just happened.
I'll say what I have to say and I'll get out real quick. Okay. So, instance in the Diamondback series where Fernando Tatis Jr. leads the game off with a double and they can't get him in. And that was just like I'm going to bang my head against the wall because I can't keep watching this happen. So yeah, it's happened a lot. And that was just a recent example of a game where they lead the game off with a double. You're like, all right, here we go. Yep. And you proceed to, out, 0 for 3 immediately with runners in scoring position. You don't score there.
100%. All right, get back in here. Let me get to some of the super chats, guys. If you're here, subscribe. We're working with some like new software or something on our stream. I don't know what happened. Everything was perfect, and now this company has like screwed everything up. So I'm blaming this company. I take no accountability for some of these struggles. Thank you for your support, and thank you for the supers. Click the $ below the chat box, like Jeff the Crusher just did, to get us started here tonight. After these 3 supers, Jim, pull up Mark Nimitz if you wouldn't mind. Jeff, thank you, man. He says, do I get a cut from last night's super chat since I handled the show for you guys? Just kidding. The fact that this team is 8 over is quite impressive. Is Schilt some kind of wizard? Thank you, by the way, Jeff the Crusher. Very generous with this super chat. I mean, Schilt's record speaks for itself, man. And I know he said some things post-game where he's like, this is the team I have. Like, I think he's had some frustration like he did last year, I'm sure, through 100 games. I mean, Mike Schilt, he does deserve credit. I think he gets credit. Again, they haven't won a World Series, but they also haven't come in last place. So I think he gets credit for where they are.
Yeah, Mike Schilt's a good manager. We've said that multiple times about Mike Schilt. Take away the cringiness from him. Like, he's a good manager. And that thing that he said post-game last week after one of the losses to the D-backs really hit you. Like, oh, this is exactly what you'd want to hear, is like, this is what I got to work with. Like, I'm giving chicken shit and I got to make chicken salad out of it. Like, what do you want me to do?
A cry for help.
A cry for help.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, look at my bench. I got Jose Iglesias. I got Trenton Brooks. I got Bryce Johnson and Tyler Wade. What the fuck you want me to do?
That bench, I'm sorry, and we've said this, and I don't know if it's true or not. If there are worse benches than that, I need to see them.
It's not a World Series caliber. I mean, you got to have at least one. I mean, I'm not asking for every guy on your bench to be an all-star, but like, you need to have at least one guy on your bench that you can rely on in a late game situation. At least one. They have 0. And last year they had like 3. Like, you could rely on a good amount of players on that bench to help you out. But this year you have nobody. And what is frustrating the most is like, Schilt is trying to, shoot the half court shot and make it every time with every one of his moves off the bench. And the frustrating part is he's pinch hitting a player off his awful bench who sucks for a player in their starting lineup who's awful and sucks. You're replacing shit with shit, expecting a different result.
Yeah, like I could completely agree with what you said about the bench. You don't have to have all stars. It's never going to happen. But you got to have a legitimate threat that makes an opposing manager concerned about what you're able to do with a matchup. Just one. Just make someone think.
One
have
guy.
that one bullet available. He called Trenton Brooks his magic bullet. Give me a break. And it's not his fault that that's his magic bullet. He shouldn't say that. But it's not his fault that's a player he's turning to when there are plenty of suitable players that they should be able to acquire, between now and the trade deadline that put them in a better spot than that when they need someone to come through. I'm not saying they need a 3-run home run on their bench. They don't have a 3-run home run on their starting lineup. They need a guy that has some clutch gene and a little bit of slug that can help them out in some manner. Harv, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says, encouraging things that we may have not wasted our best baseball yet. Additions, King, you, plus Tatis, Merrill, X improving going into October hot. I mean, their September leads you down a path where you could see the Padres playing well late if they get into the postseason. I mean, September is so manageable. It really is. And they've been good against bad teams that, you just play like 590 baseball in September. That's not asking a ton. And if that puts you over the edge, you get to that 90th win or 91st or 92nd win, you're like, wow, they were winning at a 600 clip in September and they won 91 games. Here we go again.
Yeah, the 10-game road trip coming out of the break, to me, just go 5-5 and be done with it. Like I'm not expecting or wanting or even looking for more than that. I would be obviously, and everybody I think would be happy if they went 6-4 on this 10-game road trip or better. Oh my God, they go better. It's like deja vu all over again from last year, but you're in a better situation because you're 8 games up at the break. But I think 5-5, I mean, if you go 4-6, it's not like the end of the world. You're still 6 games above 500. So you go 5-5, be done with it. It's the longest road trip of your season. And you get back home, trade deadline's right around the corner. You play the Mets to end the month. You're a good home team and you play well. Well, actually, you don't play well against teams over 500. My bad. It's the teams under 500 that play well against. But, take 2 or 3 from the Mets, go 5-5 out of the break on the 10-game road trip. Take 2 or 3 from the Mets. Guess what? You're 10 games over 500. No, you're 9 games over 500. Excuse me. And you're going into the trade deadline with a move or 2 or 3 that AJ is going to make. And then you have to August is going to be the toughest month for them. I mean, it is a gauntlet they have to go through. And if they navigate through August and they're in the picture still, which I think they will be, and they hold the wild card spot or they're better, September is, as I said, it's on a platter. It's on a platter for them to go and really make some noise in September for what their schedule looks like.
To simplify it even more, tell me I'm wrong here. Dodgers, Cubs, Phillies, Brewers in the postseason. Just give me that hypothetically. Brewers have won 7 straight. They're 16 over. Let's just give them a wild card. And the Cubs are 18 over. So between those two, they're both going. Dodgers are going. I mean, give me Phillies or Mets, whatever. So my point is, there's 2 available spots to make the postseason, maybe 1. I don't know if we need to put the Mets there yet. It's the Mets. You never know. It's the freaking New York Mets. They're 55-42. It's good, but it's not like it's not impossible to envision them falling off. But okay, we could put the Mets in, but even if you didn't put them in, you have 2 spots for Mets, Padres, Giants, Cardinals, Reds. And Padres, Giants, Cardinals, Reds are separated by 2.5 games. So if you want to put the Mets in, you could say it's 1 spot for the following 4 teams: Padres, Giants, Cardinals, Reds. Cardinals are a game and a half behind the Padres. Giants are a half game behind the Padres. Reds are 2.5 games behind the Padres. I'll take my chances there. It's not screaming ticket punched. Like to your point, manage August. I guess what I'm saying, and let's have this conversation on the other side of Mark Nimitz, and then we could talk about the trade deadline as well. I think what I'm saying is we could look up September 1st, Jim, and it's like down the stretch they come, and you got that horse that's like, you're a half nose back. Now you're a finisher, but you are in second place, needing to win that race. Is how I could see that happening with San Francisco, St. Louis, and Cincinnati all within 2.5 games of the Padres, but we'll see. All right, we do want to thank our title sponsor here, Mark Nimitz of Farmers Insurance. He's been with us, as you guys know, for 4 years. 4 years on the wrap-up show here on YouTube. If you have any insurance need, Mark is your guy, whatever it is. Auto, home, renters, life, earthquake. I have 3 insurance policies, homeowners, life, and earthquake. Through Mark, I have for a number of years at this point. We had to file a claim in 2022. Took care of everything. Saved us time and money. So if you support this channel, he's a San Diegan lifelong Padres fan. Call him. He'll talk to you about the Padres and saving money in your insurance. Click the link in the description down below. You'll get free quotes online. He's been a great supporter of this channel, and he's got great service and communication when you need him. Trust me, I needed him. He saved us so much time and money. So if you support this channel, please support our title sponsor. Before you renew your current insurance policy, get in contact with Mark Nimitz at Farmers.
Yeah, all his information is on that ticker below, mnimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to Mark, let him know that John and Jim from the wrap-up show sent you.
Do you buy that, though? Like, we look up at September 1st, and I'm making this up, and the Giants are a game and a half clear of the Padres. Just making it up, just because of what you just said. Hey, August is tough. They tread water. And we look up, and the Giants have a game and a half on the Padres. How would we feel on September 1st? Would you feel confident? I think you'd feel a little bit like both confident and wary, you know?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Giants' September schedule.
It's
so
harder, right?
It's harder only because they faced the Dodgers 7 times.
It's harder.
Their September, they faced Colorado 6 times.
Okay.
They faced the Dodgers 7. They faced Arizona 6. And then St. Louis 6. So that's they play 4 teams in September: Colorado, St. Louis, Arizona, and the Dodgers. Wait, Colorado, St. Louis, Arizona, and the Dodgers. That's it. That's all they play in September.
That Cardinals stuff could be pretty interesting too, between the Giants and the Cardinals.
It is. And their August schedule, I mean, they have some easy games in there, but I mean, the Giants are hit and miss. I think right now, looking at the wild card, this could come down between the Giants and the Padres for that final spot, or it could come down between the Mets, Giants, and Padres. Yeah. Do I believe in St. Louis? I mean, I haven't really watched St. Louis this year, but you got to give them credit being where they're at. Do I believe in Cincinnati? I mean, they took 2 or 3 from the Padres, but I don't know if they have enough pitching to get it done. Arizona has been hot and cold, and they're 47 and 50. I don't believe in them.
Yeah.
And then of course Miami and Atlanta and everybody else. But do I think the Padres are better than the Giants? I think that if you just look at their roster name-wise, the Padres have a better name roster. Do I think they're a better team than the Giants? I think they're pretty evenly matched, to be honest with you. I think they're pretty evenly matched. With the addition of Rafi Devers to San Francisco, I think it's a toss-up, truthfully. Yeah. I can't sit here. And if anybody's telling you that the Padres are clearly better than the Giants, like, you're probably just a Padres fan. But I think they're pretty evenly matched.
I agree. I mean, I think it's fair to say the Padres are better than the Giants. I think it's probably fair to say the Giants could be better than the Padres. I think both of those statements are pretty reasonable. And I bet the playoff odds would support it. I bet if I look right now, they're near identical. Let's see. The Padres odds to make the postseason, 48%. The Giants odds to make the postseason, 45%. So near identical. And it could very well come down to a game or two on the margins late in the year. MBs, thank you for the super. He says, what are we giving up for trades? Selling the farm. It'll be interesting. I mean, they'll be active, and the only way to be active is to get rid of assets in your system. I think you and I both would be surprised. DeVries is going absolutely nowhere. No. There was something recently that said he could be the #1 prospect in baseball heading into next year across the sport. Salas, there's no reason to think he's going somewhere. You wouldn't be selling high on a player that's been hurt this year and has struggled in the minor leagues throughout his young career. So I think they could be active, Jim, but it's not going to be with their top 2 prospects. It could be with a group below there. Maybe there's some major league player that could be on the move as well. We've talked about the Dylan Ceases, even Luis Ariz has come up, who's a rental. Robert Suarez, potentially. It seems counterintuitive, but there are plenty of examples of teams doing something like that that are quote unquote contenders or buying. Hasn't necessarily been AJ Preller's strategy, but we'll see if the strategy shifts in the next couple of weeks.
AJ is one of the most creative general managers in the sport.
Yeah.
So with Salas and DeVries being off limits, I don't think that's going to stop him from trying to get who he wants and being as creative as anybody in the sport. The one thing that has, scares me about AJ is what we have recently seen pop up. And Jerry DiPoto said in an article recently that back in 2020, when AJ made all those moves at the deadline in that short season, I think he made like 7 moves. It was incredible. He changed almost half the roster.
Nine players changed in the major league roster.
It was like, what?
No.
Jerry DiPoto says that when he was talking with AJ about the trade for Austin Nola, he mentioned that AJ wanted Austin so bad, he even told him, I will overpay for him.
Yep.
You saw it in 2022. Do you think he overpaid for Juan Soto? In the end, probably, yeah.
Right.
But guess what? He was hell-bent on getting him. He got his guy. Now, recently, reports pop up that AJ's enamored with Jarren Duran. My worry is that he will overpay for Jarren Duran. And instead of going out and getting what you really need, which is like maybe multiple bats and a catcher, that he might end up just landing Jarren Duran. He could get, like, I could be wrong. He could get Jarren Duran and another player, and then it's like, wow, AJ did it. Holy shit. Like, he got multiple bats. This team needed multiple bats. But if they just go out and get Jarren Duran, and that's it as far as bats go at the trade deadline, and maybe they get like a reliever or another pitcher, like, okay, but if they just go out and get Jarren Duran for the position players, at the moment, I don't think I'm going to be too excited about it. I'll have to let it play out because it could definitely, work. But on first glance, it's not something that I would be like excited about because it's not something they necessarily need. If you overpay for Jarren Duran, like, what about the catching spot? What about the right-handed bat that you needed? Like, what about your bench? I don't know. So what do you think?
I think to your point, listen, the one thing with Duran is it would play out over years because he'd be under control.
Right.
Through 2028. Dude, but to your point where like maybe he gets Duran another hitter. Like, let's say he even went out and did the unthinkable and landed a player of the caliber of Sean Murphy and the player of the caliber of Jarren Duran in the same deadline.
I don't know if that's possible.
Not those two players. That's not, he did it. We would all say that. We would, okay, this offense, they're drastically better. They landed Juan Soto and didn't drastically change their offense. Like, think about that. If you landed Juan Soto, Josh Bell was having a very good year. We thought that sky was the limit on that offense. Now, to its credit, that team got to the NLCS. Now, not solely on the back of Juan Soto and Josh Bell. They played a role. Nobody was a bigger apologist for Juan Soto than me. But I'm just saying, like, if you could land Juan Soto and still not fully, hit the mark, so to speak, then just because you land Jarren Duran and another offensive-minded player does not mean you've hit the jackpot and you're automatically clear of the San Francisco Giants. That's not how baseball works. The Boston Red Sox traded away one of the best hitters of our generation at his age, Rafi Devers. It has not made them worse. In the short term, you can't judge it. We're talking about 60 games, folks, 50-something games. You can't say over 50 games as you get one player, you're going to go win X number more games or lose. It just doesn't work like that in baseball.
You don't always need to go out and make the biggest splash.
You don't.
Sometimes you just need to get some really good role players.
Yep.
And some complementary pieces and some glue guys that do their job and understand that they're not brought here to be something that they're not. Like, Juan Soto was brought here and you knew it. he got traded and he thought he needed to be Superman.
Yep.
And that plays a toll on people. And a lot of times they don't produce. I mean, there hasn't been one position player that AJ Preller has traded for in his tenure that has come here in that season and produced at a greater clip than what they were performing and doing with their previous team. Not one player. And a lot of them, are considered like splashy moves. There's like been a couple that are role pieces, but like, can you go out and can you trade for somebody that's a role piece and gets hot? For me, these two guys aren't role pieces. They would be put into the starting lineup. But I said today on John and Jim, if you went out and you got Adolis Garcia and Sean Murphy, obviously easier said than done. But like, I think that would be better for this team than going out and just getting Jarren Duran.
You could absolutely make that case, especially with what we said about runners in scoring position, which is like it might be more than one ninth of their lineup that has been problematic. You might need to improve multiple areas of that lineup to really improve in that area specifically. Yeah. Robert, thank you, man, for the super. He says, welcome back, John. Thank you. He says, where you been? I was on vacation. I was in New York.
I told you that, guys.
We were supposed to do a show last night, but my flight was canceled in New York City, JFK. Jim's flight was canceled in Las Vegas. Here we are, a day later. Right. So, right. But Jim was here for you.
Yeah,
thankfully.
So.
But yeah, thank you, Robert. But yeah, vacation, which is rare with Jim and I. Yeah. Keith, thank you. He says, have the Padres hit a Grand Slam this year? The answer to that would be no.
No.
But stay tuned.
Maybe one day.
Exactly. Gary, what's up, man? Good to hear from Gary, friend of the show, friend in general. He says, hey, guys, isn't JD Martinez still out there? There's possibly only a DH or pinch hitter, and what would it take to get Brent Rooker? No, we did the Rooker's not going anywhere because he got paid.
Yeah.
Right. I think, and Kevin Acee, we had Kevin on today.
He was here.
He was here, but now he's gotten paid. But we had Kevin Acee with us today, and he once again brought up, he's gone back and forth on this, but this idea that there's no guarantee they're taking on big salary.
Right.
I mean, maybe they do. Maybe they take on a rental because a rental is only 1/3 of a salary, right? If a player makes 15, you rent him, you're only paying him for 1/3 of the games of the year. He makes $5 million in that hypothetical. But when you take on a player that makes 15 this year and then 15 the next and 15 the next and 15 the next, you're messing with the Padres books, so to speak. And this isn't John Seidler it's not Peter Seidler, just because John has the same last name. I mean, we've heard that. To their credit, they've spent to some extent, no question about it. Pavetta, Merrill extension come to mind here under John. But I'm not convinced, Jim, that it's one thing to go make a move for Jarren Duran. You mentioned it today. He's making less than $4 million this year and then figure it out on the other side when he's arbitration eligible. It's another thing to go bring in a player that's owed like $45 million over the next 3 years. That's a different conversation.
Yeah, I don't know if this team can add money. I don't know.
Hard for us to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'll believe it when I see it. I mean, they got so much money tied up with this team. Can they continue to add? They're putting a lot of the money they're making at the gate back into the team, but at some point, that's not going to be sustainable. I mean, are they going to sell it every game for the next 10 years? Maybe if they're really good, but odds are they're not going to be good for the next 10 straight seasons. Odds are AJ Preller will not be here for the next 10 straight seasons. At some point, things will change. Like, you cannot have a general manager be somewhere for 20 years without winning a World Series. Sorry. That's not sorry. I at some point, it's like you have to change things. You have to change something. But yeah, I mean, JD Martinez
too.
What?
You're right. You're right, but where's the line? Because you can't have a GM not win a World Series for 20 years, but you can for 11. So is the line. And we talked to Kevin about this today. That my point being, is the line 12? Is it 13? Is it 16? I don't know the answer. It's a question for John Seidler. But are we getting to the point? A whole nother conversation. But are we getting to the point where I mentioned the analogy today? It's like the Eagles got rid of Andy Reid. Andy Reid's a great coach. And AJ Preller's been a successful general manager by some metrics, and others not as successful. And he might go on to be a GM somewhere else and have more success. Look at Andy Reid with Kansas City. But are we reaching the point where it's like it just gets stale? Sometimes I don't think he's stale in San Diego because I think people like the way he operates. You become the talk of the sport. He's never out of any trade conversation, right? He resonates.
The
I think a lot of
Patriots
people
said
like that.
goodbye to
But you gotta
Tom
win.
Brady. Like the Patriots said goodbye to Tom Brady. The Colts said goodbye to Peyton Manning.
True.
You know, the Cardinals said goodbye to Albert Pujols.
Yeah, good point.
So, like, yeah, at some point, this team's going to have a backbone and be like, we have to change some things. But I also think that things are currently changing behind the scenes. And he does not have full support, like 100% support. And he didn't even have 100% support, for his entire tenure. But the one person he did have in his corner was Peter Seidler, and that was enough to have 100%.
That's a great point.
And now without Peter Seidler, it's a different story.
Find our interview that we did with Kevin Acee. In fact, I just posted it separately on John and Jim. Just search for after you watch the wrap-up show tonight. Shoot, if you want to do it right now, do it. Find our interview after the show and find the second half of that interview. There's about 5 minutes from Kevin. I mean, we didn't lead him down this path. I mean, we said, hey, what's the deal with AJ's only under contract through 2026? What's next? And he was very non-committal. He had done reporting on it. And he's like, by me not saying anything, and you have to listen to exactly what he said, I'm basically saying something. By not saying that if the Padres make the postseason, he's guaranteed to get an extension, or if the Padres don't make the postseason, he's guaranteed to be gone. He basically was saying, we don't fully yet know, but one thing is for certain, which is what you just said, which is Peter's no longer here, his biggest advocate. And I've always been steadfast that if the Padres keep making the postseason, this guy's going nowhere, because I feel like that is the bar that needs to be crossed here.
But it has to become
But now I'm leaning more towards you. I'm changing my tune on it. I still don't believe that if the San Diego Padres made the postseason in 2025, AJ Preller wouldn't be the general manager in 2026. But maybe it's a conversation for 2027 and beyond, considering he's only under contract through 2026.
Yeah, at some point, you're gonna have to cross a bridge of, all right, what are we doing? What's the future? Where are we going with this team? If this is not getting to where we want to get to, we're selling out every night, but we're not consistently making the postseason, and we have a lot of money, like a lot of money tied up in this team.
Right.
Have we reached a point where we have to make a change? And I do think that the fans would, and I think I would be too. I don't think the fans would like that. I think that the fan base is now on AJ's side. I think if they made a move right now or at the end of this year, or they didn't renew his contract after next season, I think a lot of people, including myself, would be like, what are you guys doing?
I agree with that completely, but also isn't part of that conversation. It's like saying, hey, you traded away. It's a bad example. You can't, whatever. You traded away Adrian Morejon. Oh my gosh, Adrian Morejon. He's finally put it all together, right? He's in the prime of his career. But what did you get back? So you can't really tell the traded away Adrian Morejon story without telling me what they got back. If you told me AJ Preller was no longer the GM, but they hired Theo Epstein, that's a way different conversation than if you told me AJ Preller was gone and they hired the assistant GM of the Philadelphia Phillies. Who the hell's this guy?
I know.
I mean,
I think those conversations are closer than we think, but I don't think this will impact this trade deadline or his thought process at this trade deadline. I think they're going to do everything they possibly can to try to win now.
I agree.
And they will buy. And I think that bridge will be crossed in the the off season, excuse me. But it's going to get here faster than you think. It will be upon us very soon. I can tell you that.
I'm just saying this, and I'm going to get to SeatGeek. I personally would be surprised if AJ Preller was not in San Diego in 2026. That's how I feel today. 2027 maybe is a different story. I just personally would be very surprised if AJ Preller wasn't here in 2026. Guys, SeatGeek, we've been telling you about them. We have a great offer for our viewers, thanks to our friends over at SeatGeek. All you have to do is use the promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. You're getting $20 off your ticket order of $50 or more at SeatGeek. That's for our viewers. $20 off your first purchase with promo code PADSWRAP. All you have to do is click the link in the description. You'll download the app, have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. And we do want to thank our friends over at SeatGeek for that. And as you can see, Padres, well, first of all, they're on the road for a while. They'll be back.
Oh, this is the game. If you want to go to Washington.
Yeah, if you want to go to DC, here's the thing. You can go to DC. You can see them in San Diego. And by the way, it's much more. Any event in San Diego. Aztecs football and basketball, Breeders' Cup in Del Mar, anything in between, concerts, Major League Baseball games, anywhere. Use the promo code PADSWRAP. Get to Petco Park or anywhere around San Diego or Southern California or elsewhere. And we do want to thank our friends over at SeatGeek for that $20 off with the promo code PADSWRAP.
Dude, you can get tickets at Nationals Park for $70, like right behind the dugout.
That's amazing.
And if you use our promo code, $20 off right there. So, I mean, it's like, what? You're getting in for,
free.
Well, not free, but still $70 for that seat. Like, what? That's crazy. That seat at Petco Park's like triple that. So if you haven't already, go to SeatGeek, use our promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. It's SeatGeek's MLB's official ticket marketplace. So all your tickets are instantly downloaded and fulfilled at checkout. But you have to use our promo code when you do it. PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP for your first order.
Does your guts tell you the same thing on Preller? Would you characterize your level? Would you be surprised if, as we sit here today, would you be surprised if AJ Preller wasn't the general manager in 2026 or not?
I would be surprised, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Again, would I be shocked? No, I'm not shocked by anything.
Now we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. No, I'm with you. If they go 84 and 78, or that math doesn't even, you know what I mean? If they miss out, different conversation.
Look, I think if they miss out on the postseason, the organization will have a very easy excuse to why they moved on. I think if they make the postseason, they're going to have to. I mean, if they really want to move on from AJ, kind of like no matter what, and they do make the postseason and they make a run, they are going to have to do some splaining because that will not go over well with the fan base.
Mike Rizzo, come on down. Mr. B, thank you.
Probably.
He says, John, please don't ever leave us with Jim alone ever again. It was rough. Okay. Just kidding, Jim. I love you. Good to see the duo back, though. Yeah, listen, Jim went to Hawaii. Here I was. I went to New York. There Jim was.
Yeah.
That's how the wrap-up show works. Stops for no one, except
there's a travel. There's a reason why our show is called John and Jim, and the wrap-up show has two of us on it.
If it was one, we'd be... Yeah, you can't do one. Truthfully, we need three.
You could do one, but dude, grind, bro.
It's a grind. But thank you, Mr. B, for the support. JD Gotcha, thank you. I think you might have heard my rant on this. I'm not doing it again. He says, I like Major League Baseball trying to make the draft a TV event.
No, you don't. Well, maybe you do, JD Gotcha, but 99% of baseball fans don't even care.
Yeah,
unless you're Mad Friars, and that's like something that this is like their Super Bowl.
Straw poll, just for the chat. I'm not even putting a poll. Say yes or no. Did you watch more than, let's say, 4 minutes of the draft? Did you watch more than 4 minutes? Did you watch more than 3 minutes of the draft?
Yes 3?
Or no? Put yes or no in the chat right now.
I thought you were going to say, did you watch more than 30 seconds?
And like this idea that, well, you got to put it on national exposure for what? Nobody knows who these people are. We'll know one day.
Do you see who the Padres drafted on day 2?
No, I mean, I got the release and I deleted it.
So let me look this up right now.
Unless it's Shohei Ohtani Jr., I don't care. Who is it?
Stand by. Wait, you got a release?
Yeah.
Oh, from Devin. There we go. All right, I'll read off the names. Tell me what you think of them. All right.
Okay.
Ryan Weidman, center fielder from
The thing
Western
I like
Kentucky
about here's
University.
what I like about him. I like his frame at 6'5". Like he's a 6'5", 205 guy from what I remember when I was just going through some of that stuff.
He's more of a
Um,
6'5", 204 guy to me.
yeah, maybe, but with the Hilltoppers, he had put on some weight at Western Kentucky. So I like him. I like him. He's Jackson Merrill 2.0.
All right, I'll just go through this very quickly. Just tell me yes or no if you like them. Michael Solana, right-handed starter, 6'2", 215 from St. Bonaventure University.
Jim, stop. We're going through none of this.
Let me just read off. Ty Harvey, catcher of the future. Jackson Delana, Carrington Cross. That's a very good name. I'll just ask this. Of these, tell me if it's a good name or not. All right. Jamie Hitt.
Yeah. Not for a pitcher, though.
He's a left-handed reliever, so not great. Will Koger, right-handed reliever.
No, not a good name.
Justin DeCrisco, shortstop.
That's fine.
Truett
Madonna. That's a great name.
Truett Madonna, catcher.
Call that guy up.
All right. George Balicki, center fielder.
That sounds like a baseball player.
What about Dylan Grego, shortstop?
Yeah, get that guy. That guy's going to he's going to rake.
How about Clay Edmondson, right-handed starter?
No.
Ryan Reed, left-handed starter?
It's fine. It's a good name.
Now, this is a name. Cardell Thibodeau, center fielder.
I love that name.
Tyler Schmidt. I always love a baseball player with the last name of Schmidt. How about, this is a good name. Landry Jureka, right-handed starter.
Yeah, odds are against you, right?
Jonathan Vestine.
Oh, is Vanderbilt product, you mean?
Now, do you think their 20th pick their 20th round pick, Luke Cantwell, will make the big leagues soon from University of Pittsburgh?
Soon. Maybe not soon. But I mean, again, their first round pick, Cruz Schoolcraft, is 18.
He's 6'8", though. That's kind of crazy.
Again, I'm not waiting for this guy to help the September push. I mean, listen, I hope it pans out. Tell me when it does, is my point. Like, just don't, what's the saying? Like, don't show me the sausage, show me how it's made. No, it's the opposite.
No, don't tell me how the sausage is made. Just give me the sausage. Like, just give me the hot dog.
I said it today. I called 15 years of minor league baseball. I don't know if you realize that.
Huh?
I don't care. Like, nobody, do you care if Cruz Schoolcraft has a 1.97 in single A or a 2.83? Or just be healthy and get here within the next 4 years, and you'll be 22 in the big leagues, and everyone will be happy.
I would trade all of them right now for like a catcher. Like, I don't care. Like, trade them all.
Trade all 20 of your picks for Sean Murphy. It'd be hilarious. JD's third says, have you listened to AJ's after draft presser with Chris Kemp? I have not. This year's deadline will look like 2,923. That was hell of a year.
Great
Remember
year.
That team? That 2,900 team was so good.
I mean, 2023.
Choi said stars step up. That team was
We're going to be all dead in 29-23. Like, think about that. 29-23?
Dead. We're like dead pet. Like everyone's great grandkids are freaking dead.
They won't. They'll be streaming on like. I mean, will the Earth even be around in 29-23?
Yes, that's no time for the Earth. For us, it's a long time.
My guess. Here's my guess. All right. 900 years is a long time. All right. 900 years. Think about that.
No, it's only 898.
There is. No, it's 900. Oh, that's right. 888. But still, let's round up just for 900 years. Okay.
How many titles do the Padres have?
2.
Is AJ Preller still GM?
AJ's still here, and they're on their final year of the Xander contract. Like, honest question, like, everyone's dead, but there was still, like, hypothetically, there will still be a human race on Earth. Hypothetically, in theory. I mean, the Earth could be gone by then. Who knows?
But Cruz Schoolcraft makes his major league debut. I mean, that's how far away it is.
I'm just my where I'm going with this is if the human race is still around, if the Earth hasn't been destroyed yet, how do all these buildings, like, they're gonna have to all be replaced, right? 900 years, you're not gonna have Petco Park around for 900 years.
That's your takeaway from your big soliloquy?
No, I think about
dude.
that. I think about that a lot. Like New York City, the entire city will have to be like rebuilt.
Have you ever seen pictures of New York in like 1888? It looks different.
I know, but that was only
100 years ago.
100 years ago. 900 years?
Yeah, Petco will be like Petco Jr. Atlanta replaced Turner Field after 20 years for Truist Park.
Notre Dame was built in 1163. Okay.
Yeah, but he's talking about the freaking church, not the university.
Yeah. I'm talking about like the buildings that were built. Like everything's got to be rebuilt and like redone.
That was deep, man. Why are you muted again, you idiot? Pull up while you unmute yourself, pull up Underdog. Por favor. Look at Jim, man. This channel's falling apart. If we have to do this every day until 29-23, the Padres better win like 100 World Series. In 898 years, seriously. And that is my honest question. Put it in the chat. How many, realistically speaking, Jim, get back in here. Hear me out for 1 second. Realistically speaking, like you just said, pretend like in 898 years, the human race still exists. In 898 years, pretend like Major League Baseball is the same 30 teams. Maybe they move one or two around, but the Padres are still the Padres. Realistically, how many titles would they have? Realistically.
In 888 years. 98, whatever.
I mean, would you, I'm being dead serious. Would you go higher than 10 and a half? That's about one a century.
Let's just say this. Say they win their first World Series in the next,
100 years.
No. I'm just saying next World Series in what? 3? I'll just say 3 years. Just for argument's sake. All right. How many? Give me the. I'm bad with numbers. Padres have been around since. Padres, how many years? Give me the years.
This is like their 57th season. Is that right? 69. 69 was their first year.
Yeah, I know. So 69, and then 2025.
It's their 57th season. I'm pretty sure.
Our 57th season. All right, so 60. All right, 60 years. It took them. Say they went in 3 years. It took them 6 years to win their first title. All right, so 898 divided by 60. That would mean they would have 14 world championships if they win a World Series every 60 years. If I'm doing that math correctly.
Good math, dude. Good math by you.
So,
are you putting up like 14 banners? Like
that's a lot, dude. But that would be only if they win it in the next 3 years. I mean, if we're looking at like it takes them to year like 90 to win their first World Series, you're going to be only have 9 World Series championships in 900 years. It's not a very good ratio.
I wonder which team would have the least over the next 898 years. Like, is there a team that's only going to stumble into like 3?
Rockies.
Probably. There's probably someone that's only winning 3. How many? Like, it's kind of fascinating conversation.
Man, I would love to be around for that.
For what? The 14th parade?
No, just to see, like, I mean, the Yankees have 28,
27.
So if you're just doing the math, they would have like 120 or something.
How many?
It's like 120 World Series.
More than that, dude. If they've won 27 in 100 something years, it's another 900 years.
Like, what's the first professional franchise in America to reach 100 championships in their existence?
Well, the only options as we sit here right now would be Yankees, Lakers, Celtics. That's it.
The Yankees have the most. Yankees have the
20,
most.
How many do the Lakers and the Celtics have? 18, 19, 20?
18, 19.
Yeah. And the Yankees have 27?
Yeah. They by far and away the most.
Dude. Everyone's going to be gone. The freaking earth will be a square.
I know, but the Earth will be a square.
Or a line, or whatever we.
We're going to turn it into a square, everybody.
I mean, it's basically a square now. Do you trust this whole circle thing?
Yes, I do. I trust the whole
I do
science
too.
thing,
I do
John.
too. I do too.
I'm not a like flat Earth
Earth.
truther over here.
No, I'm not a flat earther. I'm a square Earth guy.
Even you know what? I've never heard that before. You should put that out there and say, you know
No,
what?
it's
Earth
true
is
because
flat.
think about it. Because some
It's not
people used
round,
to
it's
think the
square.
ships would. Some people thought the ships would fall off the edge.
They don't
That's
fall
what
off
they thought in the 1600s, like the Vikings, not Minnesota.
Yeah, because
like the Vikings,
like they didn't have technology, dude.
That
Or like
sucks.
satellites.
Can you imagine how fast our phones would be in 29, 23?
Oh my! Can you imagine StreamYard?
ABS?
And
I'd be yelling at that freaking replay system if they got anything wrong. Like that replay system should be buttoned up in 29, 23.
you think my computer would be better in 29, 23?
Oh, God.
Or would I use the same thing? Could you imagine I use the same computer in 29, 23?
What would our card collection look like? Let me get to this real quick. Pull up, by the way, Underdog. JD Gatcher says the Angels drafted UCSB right-hander Tyler Bremer at number 2. Scripps, how about that? Scripps Ranch. He's out of San Diego. Number 2 overall pick, Jim. He's out of San Diego.
Of course they are.
There's a decent chance we'll see a few of these first rounders in the show in 2026. I completely agree with that. That's been the more modern day theme, like guys like Skeens, for example.
Mhm.
But it's an incredible story. I mean, San Diego has produced so many. I'm not talking about first round picks. I'm talking about like top 3 type picks. Obviously, recently, like Moniak, this kid who's just drafted. There's a zillion examples, obviously. But yeah, impressive. Really impressive.
I got to pull this up because I can't.
Oh, yeah, I could do that. Perfect for the season. Guys,
I hate. Shut up.
well, it's perfect for the Chappies. It's Celtics and Lakers. They're both going for their 100th title in 29-23.
Perfect.
Guys, Underdog Fantasy couldn't be simpler or easier to win and play. Get a 50% deposit match up to $1,000 by using promo code PADSWRAP. All you got to do is use the promo code, click the link in the description down below. In addition to the 50% deposit match, you're getting a free gimme pick. What is a free gimme pick? They'll take like Fernando Tatis Jr. on Friday, and as opposed to a higher or lower than 1.5 hits, it'll say higher or lower than a half plate appearance. So he's guaranteed to get a half plate appearance if he starts in the game, for example. Or in the NBA, it would be like higher or lower than a half point for LeBron James. So couldn't be simpler, couldn't be easier. They're giving you a pick 'em. You can win up to 1,000 times your money in a single night. I mean, you can win huge money. The best and easiest place to play fantasy sports is with our friends over at Underdog. Use the promo code. Get the free pick 'em. Get the 50% deposit match. The promo code is PADSWRAP. Again, PADSWRAP. That's Pods Wrap. Click that link in the description down below.
And also, there's a QR code above my head here. You scan that QR code, it will take you to the Underdog Fantasy app. Download the Underdog Fantasy app, and when you sign up, use our promo code, as John said, PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Dude, I'm surprised you have that thing out and about in your house and not like locked in a closet somewhere.
Look at this.
So do you want to tell people the story of how you acquired this Fernando Tatis Jr.
I come
to
home
10
from
card?
my vacation. Come from my vacation.
No one can read that.
I used to work with in minor league baseball. Tom Kolcheski, director of operations, Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. He listens to our show all the time, Jim. He's obsessed with the show.
Thanks, John. The card is awesome, by the way.
What do you mean? Well, it's not for you.
I know.
He now owns a card shop, and he listens to the show. He was actually just in San Diego last week, but I'm like, dude, I'm in New York. He's like, oh, good. I got something for you and your son. I'll just get it to you. I'm like, I thought nothing of it. I'm like, that's great. So he said, here's a great card for John/Jones collection. It's numbered out of 10 and a PSA 10. Enjoy. It's a 2024 Bowman Chrome Fernando Tatis Jr. Black Gem Mint 10.
Ooh.
Number 7 of 10. Look at that shiny.
It shines. It like sparkles.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to quit my job. This has to be in 29-23. This will be worth $5 million. The problem is right now it might only be worth like 50. But
so what's it called?
Yeah, look this up. Seriously.
What is it?
Here, look it on the slab.
Give me the name.
Type in 2024. Go to eBay. 2024 Bowman Chrome Fernando Tatis Jr. Black PSA 10, or the card number is number 92.
Hold on.
Now, remember, the last time I bought his card, he went into a month-long slump.
You didn't buy this card, though, so you're fine.
Correct.
2024 Bowman Chrome.
Look at this nice card.
PSA 10. It says 2024 Bowman Chrome M/B.
It says S/E. What's that mean?
Hold on. S/E.
Yeah. There's only 10 of them. It's out of 10.
I know. I'm just trying to find it. S/E.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Because I found a MB.
How much is that going for?
$70.
Dude, it's unbelievable.
Hold on. Was it again? Chrome. What's it called? SE.
Okay. 2024 Bowman Chrome SE.
Like slash black. There or just SE?
S/E.
/E. Okay.
Someone tell. Oh, it's Sapphire. Oh, SE means Sapphire Edition, dude. Sapphire.
Can someone please tell me how much this card is worth?
Can someone look this up? Does someone know anything about cards? We're idiots, and all we do is spend our whole day looking at cards.
Well, I see right now a Fernando Tatis Jr. Bowman Chrome Sapphire Black Ice card selling for $100.
That's what it is. Black Ice.
Okay. Ungraded at $100. So
ungraded? This is worth $500,000.
So $500,000. I got a. I don't know, dude. Can't find it.
By the way, what I'm considering. Okay, we got to keep this on the down low. Well, we're going to Vegas on Wednesday, folks, for Mountain West football for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
I want to use one of those. I want to use the mystery box vending machine.
Do it.
Where it just like it gives you a mystery like card. But a lot of Tatis's product is in that thing because I've been watching him on Instagram and there's like all this Tatis stuff in there.
Yeah, I can't find this fucking card.
That's because maybe it's only out of 10.
Well, I mean, I found it. It's right here. 2024 Bowman Chrome, Sapphire Fernando Tatis Jr., Black Ice out of 10, number 92. But it's ungraded.
Yeah, that's it.
And it says right now, first is $99 or best offer.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, the guy selling it has a 83% positive. He has an 83% positive rating on eBay.
That's terrible.
That's awful. Ooh, I found another one.
What's that?
I found another one. Someone's selling it for $100. So right now, ungraded, you can get it for $100. Like some people are selling it for $100.
I feel like I've ungraded. Me and Tom are like best friends now. I mean, we worked together 15 years ago. We've kept in touch. He now loves our show. And he's just sending me. I mean, he's sending me this.
It's what's your number out of 10?
7.
Okay, this one on eBay is 6.
Look at this. Manny McNugget says last sale for a 10 was $395, dude. I'm done. I'm taking off.
Are you serious?
This is unbelievable. How'd you find that?
What?
Dude, I'm like the richest guy on earth.
He's got a $300 card for just like knowing him. Must be nice.
Friends. And here's the thing. He wrote, here's my question for the chat before we go, Jim. He wrote, hey, add this to the John Jones collection. Does it just go to the John collection? What Jones doesn't know isn't going to hurt him, right?
Yeah, that might go to the Jones collection.
And now do I take this and try to upgrade? Like, I'm going to take this and like throw some cash down and I want like $1,000 Tatis card. Or do I throw this into like Merrill?
All right, so I'm looking at 2024 Bowman stuff right now.
Mike, I mean, the thing is, I have a 6-year-old and he's going to be like, oh, cool. Let me like eat tacos off of it. Yeah, 29-23 can go to Jones. Someone's Jim can't Google. You're like looking up the NASA like space center. What are you doing? We can't. Oh my God. Tell me what's going on now with this mic. When you come back, you have to go. No, come back because I need to know what's going on with the mic. You come back. I need to know. No, I need to know. I need to know.
My microphone is like
Yeah.
your camera. Like I literally tap it. And it
Gotcha.
fucks up.
Is it the cord?
Here we go. Stupid. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
But
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're perfect. Buy a new mic, dude.
My mic is actually no. If my mic was in 2093, I don't know. I'd be like talking without a microphone. It'd be like my brain waves would translate like
You'd be like in your homes.
I'd be like a AI in your homes.
Hologram.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Are we done? Or what were you looking up?
I was looking up value of cards
for look, Manny McNuggets is using the Tops freaking app, dude.
Well, I don't have the Tops freaking app, dude.
I'm downloading that now. All right. So here's the deal.
How much was that card? Seriously.
What are you looking for?
How much was the card?
I mean, Manny McNuggets said the last sale was $395.
Where are you seeing that?
I'm not. I'm just trusting the chat.
Okay.
Join us tomorrow. We'll get you ready for the All-Star game where 100 Padres will participate. It's the Padres against the American League tomorrow evening from Atlanta. So join us on John and Jim tomorrow too. By the way, we're giving away Comic-Con badges all week long. So join us at 2 p.m. We'll tell you how you can win single-day badges for Comic-Con. We have 2 badges every day this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Next wrap-up show will be after the Nats game on Friday night, 9:30. But join us all week long on John and Jim. We're talking Padres. We're talking All-Star game. We're talking trade deadline. We're talking second half. So join us. Subscribe to this channel. Smash the like button. Follow us on X. Thank you for the super thanks if you're here on replay. Appreciate those that have become members by clicking the join button down below. Support our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, our friends at Humboldt Casino, SeatGeek, Underdog Fantasy as well. For Jim, who didn't get a Pokemon, I could ask Tom, but for Jim, who didn't get a Pokemon,
it's fine. I'll just be over here, just like fucking off. I don't know. I'll fuck off.
Hold on. Let me just see. Okay, I'll see if I can get you a card.
No, it's
Jim,
fine. It's fine. He hates me. He doesn't even realize it exists. Okay.
It's just $400. You even
again? I don't know. I don't know who this guy is, so like I can't be upset about like not getting a card.
I worked with him for like 3 years, dude. You haven't worked with him for 1 second.
I know I haven't. So you could deserve the PSA 10 $500 card, and I'll just go eat a bag of shit.
Well, let me just read this real quick. I didn't pull it up. JD Goucher says Shohei Manaea made his 2025 debut for the Mets right before the break. They come to town soon. You might face him. That'll be a fun series. It will. Jim's been hyping it up. Padres Mets.
It's my most anticipated series of the season.
All right, guys. Join us tomorrow, too, on John and Jim. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.